Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Friday afternoon, October 22nd, and we are looking at Window Trader's market profile of SPY, IWM, Triple Qs. Nice finish for the Bulls in SPY. Last week we were up $8. This week we're up a little over $7. Looks like $7.35. We make a new all-time high. We get the overnight all-time high, but we do have a poor high at the all-time high, both in SPY and ES. They tried to flush the market when Powell started speaking. They actually had two sets of single prints, but incredibly, even though we took out yesterday's low, couldn't get Wednesday's low and fill even one small gap. Utterly amazing. So all four gaps hold. They take back the single prints in two time frames and then spend all afternoon in a very tight, very visual area where there was a tremendous amount of liquidity. You had the POC, volume POC, half back, the opening, and VWAP, and they were happy. And more importantly than that, you got to give the Bulls credit, because even though they seemed tired, the majority of the day was traded above C's high from yesterday where change took place. So even though they attempted to flush down, they traded basically in the price probe and where single prints were from yesterday. Got to give them credit. Triple Qs go out with a trend day down. They never could fill their single prints in D. They filled E's, but they go out with single prints, so they're a double distribution day. K's high to the day's low, A's low to the day's high. Russell, they filled their single prints that they had in both E and D. They go out 8 wide with K as an afternoon rally high. We'll go over my trades, and then we're going to go over all the charts for all three of these indices. So, pretty good day today. I took one long today. That was in B period, when it looked like we were going to finally pop A's high and go get both SPY's all-time high, overnight high, and today's overnight high. And they did. I had the 453 calls. So that worked out on that. Then I took a put play when C took out B's low, took the 456 puts, and did well on those. Now D flushed out pretty quick. I didn't do anything. Didn't know what they really wanted to do at that point. I watched it. I did scalp shorts in E period, though, 3 times, the 453 puts. Now, when the market's moving like that and the index was down and we had the single prints in D, especially right before the 15-minute turnover, if they push it up, it's generally a good play to take a bigger play, and that's what I did. I took a nice 50 lot right before that, and it pushed right down on the 15-minute turnover. Did that again in F a couple of times. 2 small shorts. Even though they filled E singles, they were still one time framing down. Now, G takes out F's high, fills the single prints. I didn't do anything right away. Right when they filled the singles, I took another small short, the 454s. I said, if they get above the opening, I'm out. It did. Took them off for a small loss. It did come back in, but that was fine. And then the only other trade I did is when K popped up, it got up right around value high. I'm like, we are so happy trading in this level. I don't think we're going to get away from it too much. I thought the high and low of the day were in. Took a short, only a small one. Took a short play around yesterday's high. Didn't hold it the whole way, but did okay on it. So, and that was the day. That was the day's trading. So it turned out to be a pretty good day. Unlike yesterday when I had mostly winners and lost because of that one short in E. Today, one small loss, the rest all winners, and a good finish to the week. As far as destinations for Monday, there's only 2 destinations to the upside. I'm using K's high, and again, this is nowhere near by the book. I'm just using it as reference points. K's high is an afternoon rally high of 454.08, and then today's high, which is 454.67, which is also a poor high, and a weekly high, and the all-time high. So there's more importance on it. It's the intermediate high, and it's also the all-time high. For the downside, we are 9 wide at K's low of 453.11. I'm using I as the pullback at 452.49, and then 451.05 today's low, and then incredibly that one other daily low, 451.01, which is also a poor low. We couldn't get it by 4 cents, and then fill in the small gap at 450.71, 30-point gap from October 20th, and then 450.19, 9 wide from October 19th. Now let's get to the charts for all 3 of these indices and break them down. So let's start with Russell. It's a broken record on the monthly. It's balance. It's 7 months of balance. So until they get a breakaway from March's high or March's low, it's going to be balance. So it's a big one. We've talked about it, but that's taking them forever to make a decision. So monthly is balance. Weekly you can call up. It did take out last week's high. It also took out that 227.68 level pretty good. So again, you can go to up on the weekly. It's barely, but I mean you can call it balanced up or you could call it up, whatever your preference is. Remember, it's an art, not a science. And the daily is definitely balance, a 3-day balance. So monthly balance, weekly I would call up, daily balance. So they still need a lot more MGI, don't they? And by the way, not only did SPY and ES hit all-time highs, the Dow for the second day in a row hit an all-time high also. All right, triple Qs. Now, I'm still calling their monthly down because they haven't come close to last month's high yet. I mean, they're still $5 off it. Yes, they've come back very well, but I'm still calling them down for the simple fact they took out last month's low a lot more than we took out ours. And plus now we just took out last month's high. So the monthly is down for Qs. Weekly is up. And the daily is balance. We all came into balance today. So this is a 4-day balance. So Russell's in a 3-day balance in their daily. Triple Qs is in a 4-day balance. So monthly is down. Weekly is up. Daily is balance. No clear-cut information there, is there? Now let's go to SPY and ES. Monthly is balance. We have 5 days to go in the month. We have a chance for an outside month up. Now, we have a chance for an outside month down too, but that would take a pretty horrific week next week for that to happen. So for an outside month up, SPY has to close above 454.05 a week from today. We'll see if they have the legs to do it. Right now, it's pure balance, a 2-month balance. Weekly, up, and daily is balance. Now, you can call it a 2-day balance, but basically, and it is, but today is the whole range of it. So again, even though the buyers seem to struggle today, they traded the majority in the upper end of yesterday's range, above C's high. Sellers couldn't even take out one of the gaps, but they did get something accomplished by at least taking out the daily low and putting it into balance. Hope you had a great day and week trading. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll speak prior to the opening on Monday.